Welcome to another segment of Facts Over Feelings on the Arnold Stars podcast. It is your boy, and today we're going to be talking about how do you deal with adversity. Now, I've been wanting to talk about this because I myself have had a very difficult week dealing with a lot of situations. I had some major issues that happened to me, and I just like to come and share my experience with you guys because a lot of times when someone is going through something, we can share our experience and we can help another person because at times we always feel like we're the only one that's going through something. We're the only one that's in a situation that we can't seem to get out of. How do we talk about the things that hold us down? How do we deal with the adversity that wants to keep us back and hold us back? I had to let go some people this week that was very close to me because in my last video of Fact Over Feelings, I had to just talk about how people always take advantage of those who try to do good. When you know you got a good heart, people are always going to try to take advantage of you. And sometimes they be the people that you love the most. It's always the people that you love the most that's always going to do the most harm to you because you're too close. You're too close. And this past week, I had a situation, not this person wasn't close to me like that, but there was close to someone that was close to me. And the whole situation just got me so sick to my stomach. I'm talking about the situation was so sick to my stomach because it involved people I loved very dearly. Now, I won't get into it too deep because it is too close to home. I'm talking about it's really close to home and it's very personal. And I just want to share that experience. I can't go into it too deep, but just know that at times we all go through certain situations that's going to derail us, that's going to make us feel like, why did this happen? Why did this happen at this moment in time? We always wonder those situations like, why is this happening to me right now? How do we deal with this type of adversity on top of more adversity? First, I had to cut someone off that I love. Then someone I love gets extremely hurt. Very bad. Something happened that made me sick to my stomach. I'm talking about so sick to my stomach that you can't sleep. You ever have one of those situations that just burden you so bad that you get sick to your stomach? You can't eat, you can't sleep. It just affects you so much because it's so close to home. Like I haven't felt pain like that in a while, but that's normally what happens. I think I heard a speaker say you're either just getting out of a dilemma or you're just getting back into one. That's just the cycle of life. You're always going to be either getting out of a situation, doing well, finally recouping, and then you're going to fall right back into another situation that's going to try to tear you down. That's why we have to, as ourselves, learn to become bigger than our problems and our situations. Learning how to deal and handle when rough times come. Rough times are going to come. That's just life. But it's how you perceive the rough times. How do you deal with it? Are you prepping your mind and your body and your soul to withstand the pressures and the dilemmas that are going to hit? You would be naive to believe that there are going to be times where everything is good. That doesn't exist. It doesn't exist where just everything is going perfect all the time. There's just going to be dilemmas that's just going to happen in your life that's going to deter you. That's going to make you really lose sleep, not want to eat. Now, this situation was so dire for me. Let me just tell you a quick story, like how bad this is. Like a few years ago, not even a few years ago, when I was in college, right when I was coming out of high school, going into college, I don't know, like many people out there, I did some research, but I used to have very bad sleep paralysis. And I'm talking about so bad, I didn't know what was going on. And at that time, I didn't really have a lot of guidance. I didn't know you can seek professional help for this situation, for this, I don't know what you call it, for this I really don't know how to say, well, I'm looking for the word, but I couldn't deal with the circumstance. It was very, very rough on me, the sleep paralysis. I used to just go to sleep drunk. Going to sleep drunk was the only way I was able to sleep. I used to take like a bottle of Henny and just take it to the head, half the bottle, just so I can just pass out. Because when I just pass out of drunkenness, I don't recollect what's going on and I can just sleep. But if I go to sleep on my own accord, I would just have these horrible, horrible, horrible sleep paralysis dreams that they were so rough on my life. They had me contemplating a different life, like how can I live with this? It was one of the situations where I would never wish that on my worst enemy. I don't have enemies because I don't believe in letting anyone hold that much power over me now. But even in that time, the people that you say you despise the most, I don't wish that on them. That's how bad that sleep paralysis with me. And it didn't just last for a couple months. I'm talking about years, 4, 5, 6 years this went on. Probably my entire college career. And I went to college for 5 years. And I remember the year 3 was probably the worst it's ever been. Like, you ever sleep and you feel pain? I never in my life experienced where you feel pain in your dreams. It just kind of puts into context like how the Matrix say your brain makes it real. That's why I'm so fixated on the brain and leveling up and using the brain to take you to new levels and heights, because what the brain is capable of, that situation of what the brain is capable of when you're asleep, the pain that I felt was so excruciating. I would never wish that on no one else. And it took years to get over. I started understanding the triggers to it. I started understanding why my body would react to this. Like, now I know I can't sleep hot. Right now in this country, it's becoming to be winter, and I got a fan, and I sleep with the window open. Because my body, when it sleeps, it's like an oven. It just heats up so much. So I have to be cold when I sleep. I know some people don't like that. Maybe it's us from Florida. If I had an AC, the AC and the fan would be on, because that's how I need my body to be when I'm sleeping. One of the reasons why is because it will trigger my body to go into a sleep paralysis mode. And it has probably been, I think, throughout the years, maybe the last 5, 6 years, I haven't been having them at all. So I'm like, I'm finally over it. I'm finally over the sleep paralysis. Maybe once every 3 years it'll probably happen. But with the frequency that it happened in college, it doesn't happen like that anymore. It'll be some kind of randomness it might happen. It hasn't fully 100% went away, but some kind of randomness time it will happen. And after this situation that happened, I just couldn't sleep, and I was just so frustrated. It reverted back, that my body was just so traumatized from the information that I got, that it kicked into that sleep paralysis mode, and I had one of the worst ones I've had in years. So it was a very traumatic experience for me. That was an adverse time that really got me thinking of, okay, I've been through this. How do I regroup and move on past this? I cannot let this situation dictate my outcome and how I move forward in my life. I'm not going to continue to keep allowing these situations to take over my life anymore. I've been through this. I've fought through this. I've overcame and I've conquered this, and I'm not going to let that affect me now. And that's what we have to do. We can't let the situations that we go through and the limits that we face now make us regress into moments and times of our life that wants to pull us back down. We fought too hard. We overcame mountains. Sometimes you slip and you slide down, but you've made it so far and you've gotten so much strength from those times, because every moment that you fight through is a moment to make you strong, to make you say, I've been through this. I'm stronger than this. I'm better than this. I've grinded and I've fought to get out of this situation. And even though right now is a tough time that I'm going through, I'm not going to let this tough time make me go back to the person that I was before. I'm bigger than that. I'm better than that. I'm not going to allow it to take me down. I'm not going to allow it to push me back. And I'm going to find a way to fight through this because I've been through this before. I've been through this storm. I don't have no weak shelter on me. My body's stronger. My mind's stronger. So as you go through these adverse times, remember the times that you've had and remember that you've gotten through them. And now is the time to fight through the dilemmas that wants to keep us back now. I myself go through them. I know there's millions of people that's always going through situations that just wants to keep them back and wants to pull them down. But I'm just here to say that we've been through that. You're stronger than that. I know you're going to fight your way through. I know you're going to push your way through. And we're going to take these adverse times and just remember and reflect on all the times we fought. And we beat this once, twice, 3 times, and we're going to beat it again. We're not even going to let it affect us this time because our mind is too strong, our heart is too strong, and our soul is too strong to let anything hold us back, keep us down, and keep us from moving forward. Every day is just another day to be grateful and thankful and just keep pushing and moving forward. That's all I got for you guys today, man. I hope this helps you guys to know that when adverse times hit, you're just getting stronger every single day. Count it all joy. That's all I got for you guys. Till next time. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe on our YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and wherever you listen to your podcast. I greatly appreciate it.